Welcome into Week 13 of the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show. It is great to be here with all of you again today, a half-hour show. We will continue to discuss as our schedules continue here during the return to virtual school, at least for now. So doing our best here on the show, again, will be on today from 12 to 12:30. We hope that you stay tuned for it. And as always, Gavin, Week 13, no, this was not just a summer thing. It is going on all year round and hopefully forever. Gavin, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Zach. I woke up at 7:30 this morning. Thought that we had to go to school at 8. Guess what? An hour and 15 early, hour and 30 early. But anyway, guess what, Zach? I had a question from a great friend of ours, one of my friends. And he goes, "So that's it? The show's dead?" Hell no. The show's not dead. What you mean?
Not at all.
We figured out, and ladies and gentlemen, bear with us today, on 30 minutes. But Zach, you know, we just realized while we're sitting here waiting with 12 o'clock, our schedules line up perfectly tomorrow.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah. I'm doing great. Zach, how about you? How's your first day going?
It's going all right so far. It's fun. It's not terrible. It's definitely nice to see people. I mean, Gavin, you've been telling me keeping your camera off. I don't know why. You got to show everyone. Got to show everyone you with the haircut and the beard and everything.
Hey,
You're on here. You know, you're on here showing it off. You got to do it there. But it's funny. They're like, all right, let's sit here. Let's get used to talking to each other on the computer. How we've been doing it all summer. So it's been great so far. I'm excited to kind of be back in a way, but we'll keep going from there. And yeah, we're pros for sure.
Yeah, for anyone, I had 2 Zoom classes already. I've not showed my face down one time. I
got 2 in this afternoon, but it'll be fun.
I got one more left, and I'm done for the day.
It'll be fun. No, I mean, yeah, we'll keep with the schedule again. If you follow us on Twitter, we'll be keeping you up to date on there on all of the scheduling this week. Facebook, same thing. You'll get notified when we go live. Turn on your notifications on there and YouTube, and then Snapchat. Instagram, obviously, messaging between Gavin and I. We'll make sure to keep you all up to date as we continue to progress with the show and see what we can do. And hopefully we can continue it up. What's our goal is to be able to continue it daily, at least for a half hour. Just like 2 weeks ago, we were a little bit bounced around, but we'll try to do our best and keep it going.
Yeah, no doubt with Zach. So listen, I realized that, like I said, our schedules work up perfectly on Tuesdays, and I think that would be Thursday.
I think we Thursday as well, yep.
So, yeah, so Tuesday and Thursdays, maybe longer shows.
And Friday we're off this week.
And Friday we're off this week. Friday and Monday. So Friday and Monday will be normal time.
Awesome. Well, I mean, let's get to it then. I mean, it's been an up and down weekend in the sports world. It's been kind of hard with everything going on. It's just been hard in general to really comprehend everything going on in sports. We continue to have that discussion. Again, I think it was Thursday's show. Please go back and watch it if you can. It was a fantastic show, great conversation. It's going to continue. We'll continue this week for sure. But with that being said, we do want to talk about our beloved Philly teams. We're going to start off today with the Philadelphia Flyers. Unfortunately, they have fallen to 3-1, and now, unlike in basketball, it's not uncommon for a hockey team to roll back. 3-0 has happened a lot, actually. It's happened in the past few years. So I'm not saying that their hopes are doomed, Gavin. I'm not saying that the season is over. They looked kind of good last night early on. The defense is slipping through again. Brian Elliott got the start last night, had a great game. They got 3 goals. We ended up having one in the extra minute. The extra player on the ice with our pulled goalie. If only we could do that with power plays, would be a lot better of a team. But we've talked about this a lot. Is it a fluke? Is it not? What's going on? Gavin, they've fallen to 3-1. It's unfortunate. It's sad. But do you think the Flyers can turn it around? If not, I mean, obviously it's been a great season. They've really turned a lot of heads, and I'm excited. I'm proud of this team so far. I hope the train doesn't stop here because it's been a really exciting train. The Broad Street Bullies are starting to come back. They're starting to look good again. Gavin, let's get some thoughts from you.
I was talking to Matt yesterday, Zach, and Matt said it best, and I'm going to reiterate what he said over the PlayStation part. He said, "I'm not upset. A team that wasn't a playoff team last year, who didn't look that great to start off this year, Zach, who goes on a hot streak, arguably the best team in hockey, makes a run in the round robin, gets the first seed, and they weren't nowhere near this time last year, or excuse me,
weren't even in the playoffs last year.
Exactly. You can't be mad at them. I'm not. And besides, I don't think it's over. I think they get another game and we'll go from there. I got to take it from game by game. I think if Carter Hart starts last night, I think it'll be a different story. Look, Zach, hockey is a sport of momentum. All depends on who's rolling. The Flyers had I was about to say a hot hand, but I'm gonna use something the hot stick at the time. They had the hot stick at the time, and what I mean by that is everything was clicking for them, left, right. There's shots.
Even early on, the offense was a struggle, but the defense was spectacular. And we saw in that Canadian series where Carter Hart struggled in that game too. That was kind of when reality shifted in. They were able to muscle through that series, but now it's kind of seemed like a tough task. This is a 6-seed Islanders, by the way, who beat the Capitals. This is not a nobody.
This is not a nobody team. All right, this team is a well-rounded, well-oiled machine. I like to call them. But Zach, I don't think it's over. I think look at last night. It was tied 1-1 for the most part.
And they scored early. Flyers scored early, which they've been doing.
Yeah.
And they lost. I mean, they won in overtime after putting up a great game. Then they lose back to back. So it's just a tough one. So I mean, they could go to 7 for sure. I got to watch more of the games to really see if they can click, because I mean, at this point, Carter Hart's playing every minute. I agree with AV's decision to start Brian Elliott last night, because last time they started Carter Hart on the back-to-back, he struggled. They were going to pull him, and then they didn't, and then they ended up losing the game altogether. So I like the decision in hindsight. So, I mean, Brian Elliott did his job last night, but the offense has to do better. I mean, 3 goals, it's a pretty tall order to win with when there's 3 goals up against you. So, I mean, I agree with that, but they also were at one point really aggressive, and they were out shooting the Islanders, and the Islanders ended up out shooting them all together. They had 13 at one point, the Flyers, and uncontested goals. They just couldn't close it out offensively. I think that's going to be a struggle. It's going to be something that you can't magically fix overnight. But if stuff starts clicking again, the way it did against Tampa, the way it did against Washington, the way it did against Boston, they can potentially come back in the series. I don't think they're going to win it. They're going to lose in 6 or 7. But I'd love to see the Flyers give it a hell of a push and AV for Coach of the Year.
I disagree with you, Zach. I believe they would come back in 7. I don't know about winning or losing, but I don't think it ends in 6. I believe it goes to 7, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll sing a different tune. But Zach, I can't.
I hope so.
Maybe, but you're right. Look, last night it was bad goaltending and defense as of late. Goaltending for Brian Elliott. Yeah, Brian Elliott's defense goaltending did not look spectacular, and neither the defense as of late. The offense went missing, and Zach. So for me, remember, this team was able to compete with the bigger teams.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to.
I'm not scared. I don't think they're scared at all. I think they're facing adversity. They got to bounce back, and this is their first back-to-back losses since January.
Exactly. I'm not worried. They get a game tomorrow. They get a game tomorrow. I think they win that game, and we'll go from there. I'm going to go game by game. I'm not going to say they come back at 7 and win.
All right, I hope so. I mean, last time 3-1 series comeback was the infamous Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll talk about that later. But we're going to get to it in a little bit. But the Jazz and Nuggets, potentially 3-1 comeback if they play Game 7 tomorrow night. But, I mean, look, you won 5 games in a row. Your defense has one bad inning, a really bad inning, and your offense looked fantastic. Almost won the game. You took the majority, Gavin. You said that. You're 3 games back, same record as the Marlins. You've pulled ahead definitively against the Mets and Nationals. You're over a game and a half up on them. And I think they play the Nationals tonight, right? They do.
Yes.
So, Gavin, you take the majority of these games. I'm happy where the Phillies are right now. I like it. I think Joe Girardi getting ejected was a little BS last night. I mean, it's just unfortunate.
Shows the heart he has.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this team. I like where they're going. And, again, I'm not upset. Jake Arrieta had a bad outing. He's been looking good. It's okay to have those hiccups. That's why there are losses in the games. The losses I won't tolerate are 5-0 or 3-0 to teams like Baltimore.
1-0.
But a 12-10 loss to one of the best teams in baseball, I'd totally fine after winning the first 2.
Zach, a 12-10 loss to arguably one of the best offenses in baseball all around with Acuna, and I know Ozzy Albies isn't there, and Dansby Swanson's turned out to another gear, and
their defense was phenomenal too at the end of the game. That Dansby Swanson double play in the last inning was really a killer.
But Zach, you go down 10-0 early and fight all the way back for 10 runs. I'm not even mad, and you won the majority. Like I always stress, ladies and gentlemen, that's my new meta for the year. Win the majority. Maybe we'll put down a T-shirt. But Zach, this team did everything you could ask for this series. You win 2 out of 3, right? You come back down 10 or 10-0, and you come back and lose 10-12. Okay, Didi Gregorius hit a triple.
Yeah,
and he homered too. He was almost a cycle. The only person that didn't look great last night was Jake Arrieta. The bullpen came in. They only allowed 2 more runs when the bullpen came in.
JT also struggled in this whole series, but it's all right. I mean, Reese is fine in his group. His swings. He said a few weeks ago that he was starting to feel it click, and I understand what that feeling is in baseball. I'm confident he'll continue. But Gavin, anything else you want to say here? Again, they play the Nationals tonight.
I think they get once again majority.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. I think it's a 3-game series. Let me double check that.
Get the 2.
It's a 4-game series actually. So get 2 or 3. I'd be happy with 2. I'd be excited with 3, and I'd be ecstatic with 4, which is possible.
If you split, I'm okay with that. If you get the majority, I'm more happy. Zach, if If you get to sleep, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Get the brooms out. All right. No doubt, Gavin. With that being said, again, folks, we abbreviated show today. We'll be talking about the NBA next. Gavin's Portland Trailblazers were officially eliminated. Carmelo Anthony had a few things to say about that. And then finally, we're talking about the Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets. Thanks, everybody, for watching again. And let's be back after this. We are now offering a new product on our Teespring. Wear a mask in public. We are now supporting a custom-designed mask with our logo on it. Purchase it today, and 10% goes to a foundation of our viewers' choice. It offers a full nose and mouth coverage, single-sided print, includes 2 2-inch elastic ear loops, non-medical grade product, and finally, $1 from every mask sale is donated to a nonprofit to feed children in need. Enjoy today's episode. Football season's 11 days away, Gavin. I know you're still not confident, but we're going to have to do a pregame somewhere. We're going to keep talking, seeing where we can go to do it. At least get outside and do some additional things if we can't be able. Our goal is to be able to do the show every day, no matter how little or how much, but we want to continue to bring extra content to you as we continue.
Well, Zach, we got blessed with the opportunity to be home, to start school at home and be able to keep going. Can you imagine trying to do it after me and you were done with a full day of school? Oh, man. If you guys think I'm cranky about this next topic, just imagine how I am after school. Come on now.
No doubt. So let's get to it, Gavin. The Blazers, again, we kind of conceded the series once. Unfortunately, Damian Lillard went home. Again, I do want to give my props and respect to the Portland Trail Blazers, who, again, we're just kind of here to ruin the party, although they were the reason that this whole thing was built for them. But they rose to the occasion. All right? They when I say to someone, I say, if you're going to talk, you need to back it up. And Damian Lillard thrusted his team forward. Nurkic came back looking good after the passing. Was grandmother, very strong from this day. Carmelo Anthony, after being not signed on a team this year for a while. Carmelo Anthony from that iconic 03 draft class. One of 2 players still here from that top 4. Again, obviously, Chris Bosh and D. Wade. But that team really had a big message on, and they carried heavy. And I want to give props to them for what they did. A lot of respect to them. Unfortunately, they were beaten by the better team. Gavin, I know you were thinking otherwise. Again, this is a props to the Lakers. They've really glued together here. Obviously, I imagine for guys like LeBron James playing with a lot of emotion right now. This has been a very heavy-hearted NBA season. We're going to take a day to recap this once. If the NBA Finals do come up and they are successful, we are going to take an opportunity to reflect. It's been a hell of a season for everyone and everything. Starting off with the amazing free agency and the Kobe Bryant death, unfortunately, and then all this fight for racial justice and the bubble per se. One day, kids aren't going to understand what the bubble is per se as a concept. So that as a whole just kind of reflects as we move in deeper into the playoffs, a respect to teams like the Blazers who were here, the stories that are going to come out of here, and we hope for the better. So it's been a hell of a season. Gavin, any reflections you want here, specifically with the Portland Trail Blazers being knocked out?
First of all, Damian Lillard deserves some type of award. All right. You drag a team that's not even supposed to be there. You, as we like to call it, Damian Lillard extradition, you asked for it. The NBA said you got 8 games, make them count. First of all, I know me and you, we argued for the Phoenix Suns to be in that playing game, but it didn't happen. Damian Lillard, you made a run. Not better than the Suns run, but you made it. I can't disrespect it. I liked it. I loved it. You know, you go in there, and you know what the sad part is, Zach? It took a messed up finger and a knee for the Lakers to beat the Blazers. Think about it. CJ McCollum had a busted back. Yusuf Nurkic, I'm not even going to, prayers out to him and his family. You don't like when anyone loses their, and the fact that you are away from your family at the time to play basketball, you're in a passing. That's a lot of respect right there too. Carmelo Anthony, he deserves an award of some sort. Most improved player, maybe? Zach? I don't know. Even though you can't do that no more, but comeback player? I know that's not a thing in the NBA, but
if it was, I think that he would deserve it.
He gets it, yeah.
Unless you give it to LeBron technically because he was hurt last year. But as we digress, no, I get your point, Gavin. I think Carmelo Anthony, that's what I want to talk about next. He said he wants to resign with Portland. They'll be a team to watch next year, no doubt. I think that a motivated Damian Lillard is going to be scary. Them and Golden State and Phoenix, the West is heating up. It's going to be a fun year next year.
Well, Zach, first of all, how dare you ever put LeBron James in a conversation with Carmelo Anthony? All right, don't do that. All right, this is Melo's word. It's not his. We don't care about LeBron today. All right, let me digress.
He was hurt last year, and they didn't get to go to the playoffs. He was playing with an injury. He ended up hitting the pop today, and then he took a step back. And this year, everyone forgot about LeBron last year. We were all talking about Kawhi and Kevin Durant and all them. LeBron made his name this year, but no, go ahead.
Zach, he missed 14 games. He came back and then he said, the hell with this. It's not worth playing. That's what happened. All right. Don't forget that he gave up on his team. All right. Don't forget about that. All right.
All
What
right,
about
all
this
right.
whole fighting series? So let me go on the Lakers and aspect now. All right. Congratulations. You guys beat the HC. You were supposed to do that. Lakers fans over here talking like they won the finals. The Clippers have found their stride now, ladies and gentlemen. They looked great last night.
Still shooting like
We didn't
20%.
get there yet. I'm still when the Rockets come out of the series, I'm taking the Rockets.
Yeah, the Rockets.
I'm
That
taking
that
the
series is
Rockets.
over. That series is over. It was nice before Russell Westbrook got there, but it's over.
And now Russell Westbrook looks even more explosive than when he did. This series is going to 6, and Rockets are winning.
Yeah, they're winning. I think one more game and it's done.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say here, Gavin, before we continue to our next part here on the NBA?
Lakers fans, leave me alone. All right, I don't want to hear from y'all. All right,
The Rockets over Lakers, Gavin.
heck yeah, Rockets.
All right, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, another game here in the West. The winner of this game will play the Los Angeles Clippers. The Jazz have looked fantastic. Up 3-1. Mike Conley comes back. Unfortunately, they dropped 2 straight. Now they got Gary Harris back for the Nuggets. Their other starting guard, Jamal Murray, has been on an absolute tear. So, Gavin, Nuggets force Game 7. What are your thoughts on this, and who's winning Game 7? If the Nuggets win, that's 3 games in a row for them to win after being down 3-1.
First of all, can we just admire how great Jamal Murray has looked in this series from a guy that hasn't shown much, over the year? I can't discredit Jamal Murray. He's been a great point guard, but he's really coming into his own. He's been on a tear. Going back to the original question, Zach, I got to go with the Nuggets. The momentum's on their side. You see how frustrated Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert looked yesterday?
Yeah, he kept knocking down shots. He had a step back over Gobert to go ahead by like 6. I was watching it. I'm like, they get to a point. First of all, fun fact: first guy since Allen Iverson to 40+ points in 3 straight games. Both sides equally. That duo was fantastic. Jokic has been doing great as well. He's been knocking down a lot of jumpers for this team, and it's been great all around. It's been a great series. But Gavin, as far as the Nuggets go, do you think they're winning Game 7?
I think the Nuggets win Game 7, but it's not going to be an easy one. It's going to be one of those where you're going to put the TV on, and every time there's a commercial, you're going to be pissed about it.
I think I'm going to take Utah. I think it's going to be like a 95-90 game. I think that Donovan Mitchell absolutely tears it up. But here's my question to you. If the Jazz do advance and get knocked out by the Clippers, Gavin, do Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell stay together? And if they get knocked out by the Nuggets, what are the odds that they split? Because we know there's definitely some issues there between the COVID brothers.
COVID brother, that's a good one. If you get knocked out in the first round after being up 3-1, I think you definitely split. You split, and I think you get rid of Rudy Gobert. You got to keep the young guy. The young guy is your fan. You get rid of Rudy Gobert. If you lose to the Clippers, which you're supposed to, I still think you split, no matter regardless. Look,
just because of the emotional side, or because they can't play together?
The emotional side. The emotional side, and Rudy Gobert does his job defensively, offensively. He could use a lot of work. But Zach, you at the time, I know we go over this a lot, but at the time, you gave me a virus that we didn't know
exactly.
And the fact that you were joking around playing with it, then you, my friend, you are a defensive player, should have been defensive player because you shut the whole league down. So Zach, my personal opinion is it's an emotional side for them, and I think if I'm the general manager of the Utah Jazz, I gotta look at him like, is there any way we could be friends? There's no way. I don't care what the media or whatever those guys said. Deep down inside.
Yeah, I would not be happy if I got a virus that we didn't know anything about. And he was being irresponsible at the time. Again, we all know. I mean, obviously, some people that are speaking out, that was wrong. I mean, some of you probably would have done the same thing, or you have done the same thing. Oh, look at me coughing in people's faces back in March. We didn't know what was going on, and no matter what the data says now, I mean, it's still not something you want to get. It's unfortunate. So no doubt, it's going to be upsetting.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're under the weather, don't sneeze in no one's face. Don't cough in no one's face. Don't.
Even if you're not, I mean, it's just kind of like, don't lick a pole. We always say that, Gavin. Like,
don't lick a pole. Like, I know that's exaggeration, but don't do it. But it's common sense at the end of the day.
No doubt. So after this, we're going to be talking about some news for the Eagles. Some people may or may not have heard it. It's relatively breaking news. And we're also going to be talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Are they the team to tank this year? All that and more after this. Would you like to know how you can support the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show? If so, head down to the comments on our YouTube channel. You will see 2 links there. The first is our Teespring, where you can see a wide variety of apparel products, including our signature product, the More Than Philly Sports Talk Show sweatshirts, offered in a variety of different colors, including gray, navy blue, and more. Finally, we have our Patreon page, where you can become a monthly donation member. 10%
of all donations go towards an organization of our viewers' choice. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you can't donate, that's okay, because you can always share this.
Again, continue our support here, action through change, and actually being able to make progress in that. We're going to continue doing that, continue the conversation. We feel that's one of the most important things to have. But with that being said, stay tuned as we continue to bring to you some more exciting foundations that we can donate to and see what we can do actually actionable in person. Again, it's tough with COVID to be able to go out and do things in person, but sometimes you got to make those sacrifices to make true change, and that's one thing we're going to continue to work on researching, and we're going to see what we can do to help the community.
Always looking to give back. Always. You got to get back to where you came from, Zach. When we make it big, you're not going to forget about this town. Not going to forget about it. And the people that helped you on the way.
No, I agree. I mean, we're going to continue with it. Again, thank you for your support so far. We appreciate it. We're now, talk about facing a little bit of adversity. We got school going on now. We're still going to find ways to get the show, and we're going to keep it going. Week 13 here. I'm excited.
Week 13, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Anyone thought their show's going to be better than ours because we're back in school? Hello, look, we only doing 30 minutes, but we're not stopping. We're going to have a long show tomorrow, most likely, because our schedules line up perfectly. So, Zach,
absolutely,
the grind doesn't stop.
I agree. And so now we do have Eagles news. A couple of things to go over here. We'll take about 4 minutes to do this before we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gavin, first of all, Andre Dillard out for the season with a torn bicep. Big blow. Jason Peters is expected to play right guard still, but if he goes to left tackle and wants a pay raise, it makes sense. But at the same time, we also have Matt Pryor playing left guard. I want Matt Pryor to be right guard. I want Jason Peters to be left tackle because Matt Pryor apparently did not look good at all in the scrimmage yesterday.
No. He looked horrible. And don't forget, Jalen Reagor's out with
That's next in the break. Jalen Reagor will be out 2 to 4 weeks. We hope it's it. With the Eagles, we never trust their medical staff. So we're looking at around week 4, week 3 and 4. Alshon Jeffrey is expected to be back week 5. Deshaun Jackson's healthy. Again, Marquise Goodwin opted out. Arcega-White has looked great, apparently. That's what I keep hearing. We still have Greg Ward. We have Quez Watkins. We have John Hightower. Gavin, there's a lot of depth on this team. There's a lot of opportunity. There's no excuses right now. I'm still confident. I don't want another year of the injury bug. It might just be unfortunate. We'll hope that we can we hope to see everyone play well. If Carson Wentz plays like he should, Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert are still there. And Doug, Gavin, you probably know what I'm going to say, run the ball. You do all those things, first 4 weeks, if you can get 2 or 3, if you can go 2 and 2 or 3 and 1, I'm happy.
And don't forget Carson Wentz day-to-day. That's if you're
Carson Wentz day-to-day was a soft tissue injury. I don't think it's anything severe. If it is, then
if you're a Carson Wentz fan, that's what you don't want to hear. If you're a Jalen Hurts, fan or believe Jalen Hurts is going to be something, this is your time. Zach, I don't think we're going to be your injury. I think we're just going to be okay. Just a little mishaps at the beginning of the year.
I hope so. No doubt.
Huge mishaps.
But now we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were one possession away from playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Jalen Ramsey, gone. Got a lot for him. Props. AJ Boye, gone. And now Yannick Ngakoue, Minnesota, which is huge. Minnesota went from being my team to fall out to possibly still being in the playoffs. But again, losing Stephon Diggs is still big, but they have Justin Jefferson. And Leonard Fournette, 4th overall pick. Gavin, imagine having Blake Bortles. All right, stick with me here. Bear with me. And choosing to draft Leonard Fournette, which is it's a good pick. LSU running back, good-looking guy.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes are on the board. And you go over them because you have Blake Bortles. Them and the Bears found a way to mess up 2017. The Browns are still doing with their guy who banks people in the helmet, head with the helmet, but at least he's doing stuff on the field physically, and he'll be back and reinstated. That'll be an interesting storyline to watch for Cleveland. But, Gavin, I feel bad because, when you think of a team that tanks in the NBA, whoever's the best player on the board they're taking. In football, what position specifically do you tank for, Gavin? Usually.
Quarterback.
Right. And it just happens that the guy that they have under center had the best Pro Football Focus rating of all rookies last year. He's no scrub. So I don't think it's unfair to him, but I think you got to surround him with the right weapons. They got good wide receivers. They need an O-line. They need a defense. They rebuild their defense again. I think Gardner Minshew can be the answer. You'll find out in the first 8 weeks, but do you think they should go into the season with a full-blown tank, or should they go in and say, all right, let's see what Gardner can do?
You got to go in with the first 3 games. Like, are we going to try to win it? If it looks horrible for the first 3 games, you'll be like, all right, tank for Lawrence, because that's going to be the new motto, tank for Lawrence. But Zach, let's just talk about that offense. Leonard Fournette came into his rookie season looking like a legit stud, tank, whatever you want to call him. And now he's on the other end, on the opposite end looking out. You had AJ Boy, you had Calais Campbell, who they also lost, by the way. You had Ramsey, all right? Your You had I forgot the safety's name who was doing decent. You had Miles Jack. You had Telvin Smith. Do I need to keep going, Zach? You had all these pieces. Let me go on the opposite side of the ball. You never really had opposite. You had Allen
You got
Robinson.
a first-round quarterback in Blake Bortles, which is, I mean, not much, but
Well, that year, and then look,
I do want to read the stats here in 20. Let me see, where can I find his rushing yards? I'm going through the stats. In 2017, his rookie year, 1,000 yards. 2018, he only had 439. Was he hurt? I think he was hurt. How many games did he play? 8 games. And then in 2019, Gavin, he's still a 1,200-yard rusher. He's averaging 4.3 yards per attempt, his best ever. I think it was more of a personal decision. I don't think Doug Marrone and him got along very well.
No. Listen,
I think also you have to owe him money. So I'll ask you this thing, Gavin, as we shift away from the Jaguars. Who was the best fit? Who's the best fit to take on Leonard Fournette? He's coming off a healthy year, coming off 1,200 yards, coming off his best yards per attempt, more involved in the pass game. Just an unfortunate year for them.
If I am the Los Angeles Rams, I will look into Leonard Fournette.
Absolutely.
Or if I am, I don't want to say Cleveland because that's not the right team.
They got a lot.
If I am Cincinnati, I would look into Leonard Fournette. Look, another LSU alma mater in the backfield with your LSU quarterback. Joe Mixon gets hurt here and there, but the league
That'd be a great backfield, honestly.
The league is moving towards this 1-2 back scenario.
Chris Carson, Carlos Hyde, Miles Sanders, and Jordan Howard last year. Matt Breida and Jordan Howard this year. Tevin Coleman and Raheem Mostert in San Fran. I agree.
So, Zach, those are in my honest opinion, those are the best 2 fits for him. Hell, if Tennessee wanted to, they can go get him. You got 2 monsters in the backfield. No one wants to deal with that. But, Zach, there's fits for him. It just depends on who wants to take him. Leonard Fournette is also known for fighting people on the field.
Yeah.
You guys remember Buffalo? So no one wants to deal with that aspect, but he's still a great rusher, but he hasn't looked really great. Zach, did you know his first 100-yard rushing day didn't come to week 10?
Of his rookie year?
No. Of his rookie year, he was going off. It was his second year. His second year.
He struggled.
He struggled really badly his second year. He couldn't get 100 yards to save his life. Zach, if you put me behind any offensive line and give me – because he got 100 yards week 12 or 10, one of those around that time frame. Zach, if you were to give me that time frame, I would have 100 yards by week 5. Because I would have figured out at some point, I ain't the fastest, and I got asthma, but I would have made it somehow, some way.
I think it's definitely an interesting move for them. I think Chicago's I think Chicago should look into him. I don't think they're sold on David Montgomery yet.
Tariq Cohen can't be everything guy.
That'd be a good punch. But no, anything else you wanted to cover on that, Gavin?
No, it's crazy that Doug Marrone pushed out all the good pieces, and now they're back to square one.
Yeah, honestly, I would have gotten rid of the coach at that point, the same way the Sixers have. But
in Tampa.
Honestly, Tampa would probably be their best choice because they have Sean McCoy now, but I think that Leonard Fournette would be a good option in Tampa. But I do have here just 2 games today: the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Rockets and Thunder. We're both taking the Rockets. Gavin, Heat or Bucks here in Game 1?
I got Bucks.
I got Heat. I think the Heat are going to have a surprise, but I think they lose in 6. But Jimmy Butler gives them a good fight.
Jimmy Butler's going to make me – every time I watch Jimmy Butler in the Heat, I get upset because we chose.
Yeah, we did.
Jimmy Butler.
All right, well, there's our sign-off message, as depressing as that sounds. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Stay up to date on our schedule. We'll continue to be transparent with you all. Gavin, anything else you want to say? This is the phone.
The infamous phone, and ladies and gentlemen, now it's back to high school.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. In addition, hit that bell icon and set it to all to get reminded of when we go live and when we post excerpts of our videos. Again,